guy never believed in ghosts, or demons, or anything that lurked in the shadows. That was until last night. It started as a normal evening. I was alone at home, sitting in the dim glow of my lamp, mindlessly scrolling through my phone. The house was silent, the kind of silence that presses against your ears and makes you hear things that aren't there. And then, I heard it, a whisper, faint, right behind me. "Hey!" I spun around so fast that my chair nearly toppled over. Nothing, just my bedroom, just the open closet, yawning in the dark, just the mirror on the far wall, reflecting my startled face. I laughed. A nervous, shaky sound. My mind was playing tricks on me, I told myself. I was just tired. But I didn't imagine it. Because just as I turned back to my phone, I saw it. In the reflection of the mirror, my closet door was open wider. I knew, with absolute certainty, that it had only been slightly ajar before. Just a sliver. But now, it was wide enough for someone to stand inside, watching me. I held my breath. My own reflection stared back at me, frozen in time. Then, I did something I shouldn't have done. I turned around, and there was nothing there. But when I looked back at the mirror, my reflection hadn't turned around. A sharp, ice-cold terror shot through my veins. I reached up, hesitating, then slowly waved my hand. It didn't move. It was still facing the closet, still looking at something behind me. I felt a chill slither down my spine, a weight pressing against my chest. I didn't want to turn around again. I couldn't. My mind screamed at me not to. But then, in the dead silence of the room, I heard breathing. Slow, ragged, right against my ear. I bolted out of my chair, knocking it over in my panic. I turned every single light on in the house, refusing to let any shadow exist. For the rest of the night, I sat on my bed, clutching my phone, refusing to look at the mirror. But even now, with the lights on, with the room bathed in warmth, can still hear it. That slow, ragged breathing. It's inside the mirror, and it's waiting for me to turn the lights off. I barely slept. I must have drifted off at some point because suddenly, I was dreaming. At least, I think it was a dream. In the dream, I was standing in front of the mirror. The room behind me was dark, too dark. I could barely make out my own features. Then, something moved in the reflection. Not me, something else. Deep in the shadows behind me, something crawled out of my closet. Long fingers, too long, gripped the edge of the doorframe. A shadowy shape unfolded, its form hunched and jerky, like something struggling to move in a body that didn't fit. I wanted to turn around, but in the dream, I couldn't. I was frozen, staring into the mirror, forced to watch it creep closer, closer. Its breath, ragged and wet, brushed against my neck. I wanted to scream. I wanted to wake up. Then, it reached out, and just before its fingers touched my shoulder, I woke up. I woke up gasping for air, my sheets soaked in sweat. I scrambled for my phone, needing to see something real, something normal. My hands were shaking as I unlocked it. But something was wrong. All of my contacts were gone, except for one. A single name at the top of the list, me. My stomach twisted. Then, my phone buzzed. A call. From me. I stared at it, heart pounding. And then, slowly, I swiped to answer. For a moment, there was nothing but static. Then, a slow, rasping breath. And a voice. My voice. "Why did you turn around?" I threw my phone across the room. It hit the mirror, and the glass cracked, a jagged, ugly split down the center. The room was silent again. I didn't dare move. That night, I taped a blanket over the mirror. I couldn't look at it anymore. But somehow I could still feel it. Something watching me. I tried to sleep. But just as I started drifting off, the blanket shifted, like something inside the mirror was pushing against it. I stopped breathing. Slowly, ever so slowly. I saw fingers curl around the edges of the blanket, pulling it down, revealing the cracked mirror underneath. And there, standing in the reflection, was me. But my reflection wasn't moving like me. It was smiling, and it raised a finger to its lips. Shh. I don't remember what happened next. I must have blacked out because when I woke up, the mirror was gone. The blanket was still there. But when I lifted it, nothing. Just a black void. A space where the mirror had been, and then a whisper from inside the empty frame. "Let me out." I stared. Frozen. A long silence, then faintly, from somewhere distant, a breath, a whisper. "Hey."